What's up, everybody? Welcome to Way Better NPCs. You got the four of us here. Rob's back after the Horizon video. We got Amit, we got Santino, and I'm Gregg. We're here today to talk to you guys about the hype, the excitement, the drama. I got the wine. That's right. Bachelorette Season 1, Episode 1 recap.
I knew this was coming.
Will Katie find love? Who's got
Will Katie find love?
Nah. We're bringing you your E3 coverage. Coming out. Pre-coverage. Predictions, what we think is going to happen at these shows. Coming off our most viewed YouTube video. So we're going to run through predictions. If any of the viewers wants to track and post in the comments who got the most right, I'll Venmo you $7 for a beer. I'll Venmo you $10. I'll Venmo you 10 if I win. So for the four of you out there watching right now, let me know.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the E3 schedule. The meteor topics, your Xbox presentations, your Nintendos, we'll really dig into. But we're going to let you know all the shows that are happening and talk about any predictions that we might have for them. All right. So first thing to kick off E3 on Wednesday, June 9th, 7 a.m., we have a Battlefield reveal. I think we're excited about this game coming up. Probably don't have a ton of predictions. There's maybe one I think that's been getting tossed around.
Yeah,
I want to tackle that.
I'll hit that one. The biggest, after a tweet today that Amit had sent in our group chat, it was like a scrambled video of communications that really didn't have much outside of that, and everybody's kind of thinking it's Battlefield 6.
And it was from Xbox.
And it was specifically from Xbox. And if you go down the comments of that tweet, it's talking about how Battlefield most likely is going to be a timed exclusive, is what they call it now, or limited exclusive. I don't know what they do it or what they call it, because COD has their limited or timed exclusive with PlayStation. But
it's like one game mode, right?
It's like it was one game mode in Modern Warfare. But the main purpose of this was that people are really hoping that Battlefield 6 is day one on Game Pass. So with Xbox tweeting it, it's safe to assume that we might get it on Game Pass. But you'll have to find out on Wednesday.
All right.
That's the biggest one for sure.
Yeah, I think that covers that one.
Yeah, that covers that.
Into that. This next one, I don't think we're going to have predictions to talk about because it's kind of just a scattershot thing, but it's the Summer Game Fest at kickoff. That's Jeff Keighley hosting kind of an event. He does the Game Awards, and he's just doing he's promising more than a dozen world premieres and Weezer's playing there. I think we'll cover our developer specific.
So, Greg.
This is going to be indies. Weezer, say it ain't so. My name is Jonas. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Island in the Sun. Yeah. Anyone have anything on this?
You're gonna get one good. You're gonna see one indie game that you really love. Yeah. You'll get excited for. You probably won't play it, and you'll move on.
One AAA game. Yeah. One game you're not expecting to see here to make the crowd go, "Wow, this was worth tuning into and watching."
One thing to keep in mind though is every time when PlayStation before PS5 came out, Keighley had like all this stuff first, right? Like he was the first one with the remote. He was the first one to do a demo, all that stuff. So if PlayStation is not doing something bigger, Keighley might have something with PlayStation just as like a teaser or something to show that they'll go into later on, but he may have some sneak peek first. Probably it'd be probably with PlayStation if it's anything exclusive. So
that is true. PlayStation loves Jeff Keighley and they love Wired magazine, which hasn't been relevant for 20 years. But they get all the PlayStation.
I need like a shots fired button or something when Greg does this.
At this point, it needs to be like part of the editing. Like every time I was watching the last one, I wasn't part of it. And like Cyberpunk caught another stray. I'm like, why? What's happening? We just can't leave people alone.
Well, you guys are a little young, but if you guys remember, if you guys remember Simpsons, Homer thought he was reading Weird magazine, and Lisa's like, "That's Wired."
Oh, yeah. So what day are we on? We're on Thursday, correct?
We are. That was Wednesday, yes.
Oh, that's still
sorry.
Wednesday?
You're right, you're
Okay.
right. Thursday, June
Okay.
10th at 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Central is the kickoff. Now we're moving on to Friday.
Friday. Okay, I got Friday.
Friday.
Stop it, sir.
Okay.
Rebecca Black will not
Rebecca
be
Black.
will not
All
be
right.
performing at this conference, but we have Netflix Geeked Week. Netflix
Oh,
getting
God.
into gaming.
No. I don't think
Ish.
it's gaming. I think it's all, it's going to be like what they did with Castlevania. So they're probably going to do.
No, there was
No,
like
but-
a thing about
yeah.
them doing a gaming thing, like a streaming
But-
gaming thing.
Yeah, I think
No, it's
this
not.
is-
It's not like that. It's like Bandersnatch. If anyone remembers that,
I don't know what that is.
So it was
a
a
Black
Black Mirror,
Black Mirror.
and it was like a
Interactive.
choose your own adventure TV
Yeah.
show. So when they say they're getting into gaming streaming, they mean that they're not going to get like Game
Oh,
Pass.
gotcha.
For me, I think that they're going to show like the new Resident Evil show. They might do
Witcher
that. They
2
might
or
do
Witcher season 2.
Which I still need to watch the first season, by the way.
The Devil May Cry, maybe a Devil May Cry teaser because they did Castlevania.
Okay.
I was doing that, so I think it's like
Yeah.
they're streaming shows that connect to video gaming, and maybe like a video game documentary because they did like that the one they did last year during the pandemic, like Power Up or some video game thing. It was like 6
Oh
months.
yeah,
Pretty
Got
good.
it.
So maybe stuff like that.
yeah. I won't be watching this one. Moving on to Coke Prime Time. Coke spelled Koch, but it's Coke. That is going to be at 2 p.m. Central Time on Friday. You can watch it on Twitch. So doesn't sound like much, but these guys, they're behind Deep Silver, who does Metro. They do Saints Row games.
They just announced that Dead Island or whatever it is won't be showed, but they have good
Yeah.
progress on it.
They
So-
just gave it a
this is-
date, didn't they?
Their first time doing a show.
I don't think they give it a date. I
Oh
think
no,
they said
that was Dying Light. My bad.
Dying Light, correct.
Like two. Yeah,
Dying
that-
Light is their new bread and butter. They got to let Dead Island go. But anyways, continue, Greg.
So yeah, that's what it is here. I've been hearing things about maybe a new Saints Row game going around. I don't care much for anything here, so I'm not going to throw a prediction.
No. GTA
I think-
Light. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just touched on a lot of things here. We'll get
With a
deeper
dildo
into,
gun.
our predictions when we get to the big ones. We just want to make sure everyone knows what's going on this week.
Yeah.
Next, IGN Expo, start time 3 p.m. Central. They're just covering shit on stage.
They're going to tell you how Cyberpunk got 10s and 9s.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, IGN.
Now's not the time. Not the time, Santino. No strays allowed.
No strays as you gave us straight a wired.
Weird.
Weird. Yeah. Weird magazine. Okay. So
They'll
we've
never
covered.
find out. No one on that magazine watches YouTube. They're still reading paper and print.
Yeah. Next thing you know. So,
all right.
so Wednesday through Friday is kind of, you're going to get one or two exciting things
Mhm.
throughout that time, but the bread and butter is Saturday, Sunday, and with Nintendo on Monday, or was it Tuesday?
Yeah.
We'll get there, but
We'll get
Saturday and Sunday are essentially the big days for E3. It's always been the
Yeah.
big days for E3.
Yep. Yeah. The weekday is a little bit more of a warm up.
Mhm.
That used to be the day we'd find maybe a Bethesda, but now that they're with Microsoft, we're getting it moved on. So now let's tackle the meat of the episode. We're getting on to Saturday. A meat. The pun king over here.
The dad jokes. You better step it up, Greg.
Ubisoft Forward at 2 p.m. Central Time on Saturday, June 12th.
Really looking forward to seeing Watch Dogs 4.
Three.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It is.
I forgot
Legion
was
is
even a
3.
game.
So Ubisoft is going to show more Far Cry, allegedly. More in-depth gameplay is what I've been told or seen on the internet. There was another Ubisoft game that's Rainbow Six, formerly known as Quarantine, but since COVID, they don't want to do anything with that. It's
New name.
Extraction
now.
Oh,
So we're gonna get gameplay for that. I play Siege. I'm the only one in the group that plays Siege. It's essentially like a zombie horde version with Siege characters. They did a little limited time event a couple years ago it was either Halloween or something. It was called Infected, and you had to extract a doctor and medicine, and everybody was like zombies. It's like your Left 4 Dead and all those other things. So those are the two Ubisoft is showing. There's a rumor that they're showing a third game that hasn't been announced.
Right.
But
Well, let's
I
get
don't.
into predictions then. Let's get into the predictions.
Rob, you're the only one that has said like 4 words. So give us a prediction for Saturday in regards to
Rayman.
Ubisoft. Rayman.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a long time.
Okay.
Give it to us.
What was the last one on Vita?
No,
They like
no.
launched this. Legends launched the Switch. I think.
Oh, that's right. I
Well,
forgot.
with the
But
It was
I think it came
on,
out before that though.
Xbox One even. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Really, actually, a really good game.
all right, you two, damn, you don't got to come at me. Shit.
I'm quiet
So
on
this
this. Just let
Prediction is a new Rayman game.
Rayman, Greg, what do you got for your prediction?
All right, so I'm gonna have a few. I got no Assassin's Creed this year.
Okay.
We're not gonna get the annual game. I
It
feel like we
needs
would
to
have
stop.
heard something by now. They're getting too big. I think it's time. And they did a break in between after Odyssey.
Yeah.
I think it's the right move to take a break.
maybe
Far
more
Cry-
DLC. Maybe a new DLC.
Before you keep going, Greg, Far Cry is going to turn into the Assassin's Creed thing where it needs to stop sooner than later, but keep going.
I mean, they've taken a good break as well, but yeah,
They
I
usually
think
do. It's like a 5-year in between their games.
Ubisoft has said that they're going to take more time in between games because
Oh,
they've
I know
kind
what
of
it is.
just
Never mind.
seen that. So I'm thinking that's the it's no game this year. Far Cry's that big open world game that'll take its place. I'm expecting to see a lot more on Division Heartland.
I was just
I
going
think-
to, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be like it's
Now
only
that the
this-
NDA was broken by everybody on the internet,
it's going to be like a full game.
I
Like,
think
it's-
that's their first free to play game.
Yeah. So I think that's really going to be if that can do well, that will be interesting for them, giving like one of these Destiny type looter shooters as a
yeah.
free what?
The rumor was that on top of Heartland coming because it is an expansion and a free to play of Division 2, the rumor is Division 3 is getting announced.
Oh, that's
Okay.
the rumor. There's another
Then-
rumor.
That's
my
the rumor
prediction-
on top of Heartland, which to me doesn't make sense.
My prediction is no Division 3 then. And
I
then
would I'm with that.
my big prediction that definitely won't happen, but strap in here. New Splinter Cell game. It's totally unlike the old ones. They're going open world. It's going to be more like Metal Gear Solid 5.
Wait, did you not see the article today?
I saw it, but I already had this prediction, and I want to do the prediction.
Let him get his shit off. Talk your shit, King. Go ahead.
So, I mean, I just want to get everyone excited about this game that they'll never see and never get to play.
R.I.P. Sam Fisher, also known as Zero, apparently because of Siege.
So open world Splinter Cell game. You took away all my thunder here. I was rolling.
No,
Got it, bro. You got it. Keep going.
PC
You can
Gamer
make it.
took away your thunder today.
Basically, what if they just did it like I said, Metal Gear Solid 5, open world espionage. You got to break into small compounds to get plans and weaken defenses for a big one.
So it's Splinter
There's-
Cell meets Metal Gear Solid.
Well, that's what Splinter Cell is, just a ripoff of Metal Gear Solid in the first place.
That's true.
So like bring it to the next generation. You can't do another just like go play one mission.
But that's what the people want for the last 7 years.
No,
People
and
don't
then
know what they want.
then
They just
get
want
it
something
and they'll
familiar.
suck. They'll hate it.
Oh, that's true. Once you get it, they hate it. Yeah, that's very true. Okay.
They want everything to be God of War-atized. It has to be the same game we wanted, but actually totally different and new
Brand
and
new,
amazing.
yeah.
And
Brand new. Yeah, that's fair. Amit, what are your UB predictions?
You
You don't even care?
No, but
Yeah.
the rumor you're talking about is the mashup, right? With all three things. That's the rumor that came out today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Battle Cat, I guess what they're calling it, is the Division factions versus Breakpoint's Wolves versus Splinter Cell's
Splinter
Echelon,
Cell.
like all
Yeah,
stuff.
that
Yeah.
was the thing that
Right, that's
got
the
that
thing.
Sam Fisher is going to be in
Yeah.
a new game outside of having his own game.
Yeah.
They're putting this man in everything but his own game anymore.
Yeah.
So that's Ubisoft. What else
Yeah.
do we got from on Saturday, Greg?
all right, so that covers Ubisoft. That leads into Devolver Direct at 3:30 Central Time. For me, this is a who cares. They're gonna do some witty little opening.
Sorry, Devolver, if you're watching this.
Well, they do their you know
They're
they,
not
they,
watching
their fake they have their fake CEO come out and they do their whole
Or
little,
fake
like,
CEO.
oh, we're kind of being ironic. We're too cool for this, but then they show games that I guess people care about. Anyone have any predictions for this one?
Nothing on that one. Is there one more that you and I discussed before we got on here on Saturday? Or is it
There
not in the article
another
you're
one.
reading?
There's a
Okay.
few more on Saturday. Yeah. Oh, and unless they announce Hotline Miami, give me another one of those. Then I'll be happy, Devolver. All right.
Yeah.
Next is Gearbox.
So that's Borderlands. They already posted on their Instagram 2 days ago that they're announcing a new game, but it's not a Borderlands 4. It's another, like a Handsome Jack collection or some type of game. It's a spin-off. I don't know if it's of 3, but it's essentially a side game.
Any predictions for this? Because I got one prediction for this. It's a short one.
I don't. I love the Borderlands series, but I don't have a prediction for it.
Yeah, maybe something with the movie, the Borderlands movie, but that's about it.
Okay, dude, if Kevin Hart comes on stage, I'm gonna lose it.
That was
not
my
in a good way.
prediction.
Oh, I don't like him.
They're gonna
I
be
can't
cheeky.
stand him anymore.
They're gonna do like they did with the sequel, pre-sequel, or whatever. It's gonna be like the movie tie-in. Borderlands, the movie tie-in game, and like try to be cheeky. They'll show
a trailer of the new movie. Maybe.
Yeah, like this game will like introduce the characters in the movie or lead into it. I don't know, something like that. And then so like no new what's that game they made that tried to go against the shooter, the hero shooter game that got killed.
Anthem?
Battleborn or something.
I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
On that. Nobody did. Then next is the Guerrilla Collective.
Who is a part of what games have come out for Guerrilla Collective?
So Guerrilla Collective, they are kind of picking up the ball for the Kind of Funny Games showcase. So Kind of Funny used to do a indie game showcase alone. Then they partnered with Guerrilla Collective to kind of share the load.
Gotcha.
And now since Greg Miller is hosting E3, they weren't going to touch a conference, but Guerrilla Collective is picking up. So it's going to be a lot of
just informative stuff.
Very small indie games, but I don't think we have any big.
No, we got nothing for indie games for you guys if you're looking for indie games.
Okay. I would like the
Go ahead, Robert.
People's next game to be shown, but I think it's far out. So that's all I got.
Hot take prediction. There you go.
Okay.
For indie.
Oh, yep. Take a drink of water, Amit, because now we are on to Sunday. At noon Central Time, we have Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. I will put the mic down and let.
I was going to say this is where we need to talk. Rob, you go first because us three we talked too much. So give us some Xbox or Bethesda predictions.
Okay, so we're seeing. So they said it's 90 minutes, right?
Cheers.
90-minute thing. 30 minutes. Gonna be a Halo and Starfield.
Yep.
Not each, like 30 minutes total.
30 minutes collectively.
Between the two of them will be Halo and Starfield because those are like the guaranteed next two big hitters. Halo's making it this year. Starfield is not. Halo looks better, but not pretty enough for people on the internet.
That was the article released today.
So people are gonna shit on it even if it looks fun.
You got any hot takes in regards to Halo?
I think, bro, like this is like me, party of one. I wasn't mad at last year's thing because to me, Halo's never been like a super pretty game. Like it's always been like a stylistic thing. So when people were critiquing it for that, I was confused. To me, I wasn't really impressed by when they pulled up the map, because to me that's like
the open worldness.
God of Warification.
It's not linear anymore.
Of Halo. So to me, that was what was taking it up a notch.
That was the wow moment for it.
It was different.
That was what I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, I think they'll dig into that, maybe multiplayer, and I know people are saying they need a BR. I feel like they don't have one, and I feel like if they don't, people will critique it for that. I think Halo's going to lose no matter what. I think people don't want it to win, aside from fans.
I think
actual fans want it to win,
but people don't want it to win.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Fans have doubts, but I feel like
for Amit. Amit's the only.
Amit
Only
will ride for
optimistic
Xbox till the
fan.
end.
Well,
Everybody
was
needs
gonna
a friend like
Xbox
Amit.
fans
Oh,
want
yeah.
Halo to be great, but like other people, like in
They're,
gaming,
they're
like
writing it off already.
everyone's rooting against it. Like
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. So
I mean,
like,
But like
Halo's
they've
a-
been begging for a Halo, but they
Yeah.
don't want Halo to be good.
No,
It just
Halo's
makes no
an
sense.
old person's thing now. You know, it's like
yeah,
kids that are
doesn't-
15
It's
are
in
like,
the
I don't know what
past.
Halo
Yeah,
is.
I don't know what Halo is. Okay, so before you guys, because I mean, I know you're gonna have more than what I have to say. My only hot take on this Halo showing, I think they caved and they're gonna announce a BR. I think
they
with
should. I just don't
everything
know
that
if
all
they-
the big streamers have been criticizing about Halo, and Halo's not going to make it in the what do you call it, multiplayer realm anymore, and there's not going to be tournaments for Halo where you can win money without a BR like how COD does it. I think they'll cave and they'll do a BR. I don't think it'll be there on launch though.
That's my thing. Like I don't think they'll have one ready. That's what I think.
But I think they'll show a teaser of like a BR and be like, you thought you loved Big Team Battle, now you got a BR.
Well,
And
see,
I'm okay with it
Yeah, no,
because,
it'll be like- it
because
could be like
BR is the
Warzone.
way of life in
Yeah.
gaming right now.
And it's
Warzone
all
launched
free to play,
4
yeah.
months after
Yeah,
Modern
exactly.
Warfare. So
Yeah.
like I can
And
see it doing that, but I don't
and-
think
But Ground War was fun as
Yeah.
hell in Warzone in Modern Warfare up until that point. You know what I mean? So that was like your teaser. So people are going to play a lot of Big Team Battle to lead up to the BR. But that's my piece on.
No,
on
no,
Halo.
and I
Why
can totally
wouldn't you
see
do
it
it?
coming. Right. And the
Yeah,
thing is
exactly,
everything's free to play for multiplayer with Halo. So it doesn't matter if you put it in
Right.
later as an update or whatever. It's
Exactly.
in mode, you can do it later. So everything's free
Exactly.
to play. So it's not like Warzone where it's like you don't need to buy
Halo,
Black
I
Ops 2
swear
or
to God,
whatever,
if
you know?
you do 100 gigabyte updates with this fucking game like COD, I will lose my shit.
they will. They already did with Halo 5.
Yeah.
The Halo 5 file's huge too. So yeah, it's just a thing.
Keep going to me. My bad.
No, that's what I got for Halo.
Yeah.
So,
Same thing.
yeah, just
Greg, what you got for Halo? Anything?
Okay, if we're talking Halo, my prediction is,
It's still not going to come out till 2022.
well, I'm going to stick with that, but I think it'll be announced for 2021. I don't think it comes out till 2022. I think
Hey, what? What did you say?
I think it'll be announced for 2021. I don't think it'll come
Don't
out
we
till
have a date already?
2022.
No, we don't.
No.
Oh, we don't
Everyone-
have a date. Oh,
No, everyone believes it'll be the 20th
November.
anniversary. Yeah.
Yeah,
November
everyone thinks
15th.
it's-
Okay, so I was one of those everyone that thought, okay.
We're going to see if people, we'll see if they cave to people being mean online. So I think Halo's in a position that Cyberpunk found itself in, but not by Microsoft's doing. Whereas CD Projekt Red overhyped and didn't deliver
Yes.
on Halo.
Yes.
I think the fans have built up that, like, every podcast, everyone you listen to, every article you read, Halo has to be great. It has to be great.
It doesn't though.
But
It does.
like now,
You think
it's
it does,
built
Rob?
up. It's built up. As
It's
this
been built
game
up.
Yeah.
I got
that,
you.
like, it has to save the franchise. It has to
Right.
save Xbox first party.
But
Like,
have they
it
been
doesn't
saying that
have
for
to
the
do
last
that.
2 Halos though?
It's because of Halo 5 and Master Chief Collection that
Right.
people feel this way. Because Master Chief Collection is great now that it works, but it
Yeah,
was
after
broken
3
as
years
shit
of working,
at
being
launch,
broken.
And Halo
Yeah.
5's multiplayer is good, but the campaign's ass. So like people don't even remember the multiplayer because of that. So
So yeah, that's my prediction. Is people bitch about Halo no matter how good it is.
same.
Fair,
I
fair,
think
fair.
it'll have a
No,
I think the show
100%.
will be
Prediction.
fine.
I think
It's
that's,
gonna be
that
negative
is spot
regardless.
on, Greg. That's
Yeah.
Halo is in that spot where it's their one of their oldest running games exclusives that everybody loves but loves to hate, that everybody has an opinion about, and you're not going to be satisfied with Halo no matter what anymore. Like
Yeah,
that,
we're
and Gears is there too, but that's a
We're
different
gonna
story
get
for another
the-
time.
The journo pieces saying how, oh, it's actually way better than you expected. This is the game we've been waiting for.
You're going to
And
get a
the
bunch of
Twitter
think pieces on. Yeah,
the
there's
Twitter
going to be think
are
pieces
just gonna be
everywhere.
shots at everybody.
Yeah.
It's going to be a nightmare. I wouldn't want to be 343. Sorry to them.
No, not now.
Unless you play
It's
the game,
tough.
you can't tell me a game is ass or
Sorry,
good. That's all. I don't want to hear from you if you haven't played the game, because there's a lot of people that are going to say Halo sucks. Did you play the new Halo? No, but it sucks. So you're going to get a lot of that too.
All right. So I think Halo's the big one. Like Starfield, do we want to go around each?
I truly still do not know
Yeah.
anything about Starfield, and I
I
need to
don't
look it
know.
up.
I hope it's more Mass Effect like.
I just want to see something.
Space, but rather than just like Fallout in space. You know,
Here's
what I mean?
another
that's
game
what they're
that
saying pretty much.
imaginations are running a bit wild on.
So if it's
So they
Fallout
need
in
to show
space, is it
something.
Outer Worlds essentially?
Yeah.
I'd say probably a more realistic like version of
So
Outer
like
Worlds?
a mix of Mass Effect and Outer Worlds. Would that be fair? I truly know nothing about this game.
Well, nobody knows
They,
anything
they
about
only
it.
Okay, I
showed
thought
like a logo. This
I've
is gonna be the
never
first.
Google
Yeah.
searched this game
But
in general.
people act like it's going to be like Mass Effect mixed with like what the promise of Cyberpunk being this open world, go wherever you want.
Fuck out of
Like
here. dude.
Well-
it's weird. Some of the things we're hearing about this. Just show me the game.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I
that's
think
where I'm at.
people-
Just show me it.
Well,
Well,
it's
and-
from like the main studio, so people are expecting it to be in the same caliber as Elder Scrolls and Fallout because it's like that.
So it's an
team doing
open
it?
world RPG
Yeah, but in space. So like,
They
in
bet-
space.
They better show a new engine because that engine is janky.
well,
as
yeah,
hell.
that's.
I mean,
the
that engine is
other thing,
needed to
but-
be gone long time ago.
It's 20 years old. It feels like. All
It
right.
truly does.
So let's just go around and do just general predictions for this show. So like we talked about like the two big games that we know are going to be there. Let's talk about predictions, what we're going to see, what you're excited for, things like that.
I'll go first. You're gonna get a more in-depth Halo gameplay. Obviously, it's gonna be another big mission. If you don't get what was it? Like what did they complain about? They complained about like again, it's the visuals.
Craig.
Yeah, yeah.
Craig, my guy, Craig.
If Craig
better put
hasn't
him in.
been
They
fucking
better put him in.
updated, people are gonna go crazy again. But I think if I know what at 343 and Microsoft, they're gonna emphasize like he's gonna be front and center when
Bro,
this shit opens and his
Microsoft
face.
Has been
Yeah.
memeing, so Craig's in the game
Exactly.
for sure.
So they're gonna show him. You're gonna get another gameplay with maybe a cutscene, an in-depth cutscene of Halo. I know nothing about that game, but again, Greg said show me it. They have to show it already. We've been huffing and puffing over the rumor of this game and the announcement of this game for over a year now, and they have nothing to show with it. So if we can get something there, that builds hype for Microsoft, obviously, because we don't have anything outside of Halo to show gameplay wise right now. So it's a cop out answer. They're going to show more Halo gameplay in Starfield.
Well, taking the two things we know they're going to show and predicting it.
Well, yeah, no.
No, I mean,
Also,
they're
that's the
on
reason why,
they're
like,
on
What do you mean,
the
what else are they gonna
presentation.
show?
No,
that's why I did an assessment.
Well,
of how I feel like people
that's
are
why
gonna
we're
react
making
to it.
predictions.
Like, I think that Halo is gonna have a fine.
We're going to show a
showing.
new Banjo Kazooie.
Trust me,
I-
Amit's got like 7 games he's about to rattle off. That you,
That's
Yeah,
why I
idea
went first,
about.
Greg.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
No, I got you. I love you. Rob, go ahead because we got to let him finish.
Yeah. So, said the thing about Halo. I think Starfield will probably get. Starfield's gonna
Yeah.
get the whole like rollout. I think they showed it in 20. Was it 18 or 19? And they only showed the logo. So I think this is
Yeah.
gonna be like here's the game, here are the systems, here's everything. It's gonna be like a deep dive, and they'll give you a window. I pulled up. I was looking up the list of all the stuff that they kind of announced. I think we'll get a good look at Psychonauts. Everyone's been predicting that they'll like stealth
Yeah.
drop like same day Game Pass.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can play now. I don't
That'd
think
be
so.
And they
but
have
maybe-
Xbox has done that though, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. They've same day dropped on an announcement
Yeah.
that I know
or
of.
close.
I
or
was
it was
No,
like within
They
a
used
2
to
day
do
span.
demo. A lot of times they used to do demos, like
Yeah.
try
Oh, yeah,
to
they'll do
demo
demos
now.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
my bad. But it's,
so
that's what I meant.
yeah, I could see it coming out this summer. I can see it getting like an August date or something maybe. But I don't think they'd drop it same day as the conference. That'd be crazy though. But yeah.
You never know.
Also,
never
it'd be
know.
2 days. Also, it'd be 2 days after Ratchet, so it's kind of hard too because everyone's
Yeah.
playing
True.
that platformer,
True.
and then there's another platformer, and it's like
And you're
kinda-
gonna get
so it's kinda
comparisons
tough.
and you don't want to compare the two
Yeah,
at
you
that
don't
point.
you don't want to.
they're so different. Right?
So yeah, you wouldn't want to be anywhere near that. I don't think Hellblade's anywhere near done, but I do feel like they should like
Yeah, no.
I'd
Maybe a
be
teaser,
down- I'd be down for another trailer just because it's been like 2 years. Because they
like
showed
an
it.
update on
Yeah,
a
they showed
progress
it in-
update. Yeah,
Yeah,
They're-
it's
They're
something
busy
like-
working on clouds, man.
Yep.
They're way off. They're way
No,
off
they're
on
way off.
showing
True.
this.
So
But the clouds look so pretty.
a rumor I heard was that apparently Fable's like further along than people realize, and so
I forgot about Fable.
I don't
already.
know if
Wow.
I don't know if that's like obviously it's just rumors and shit, but like
Right, we're off a
um,
lot of rumors here.
maybe we could see a better look at Fable than just a CGI trailer. I feel like we'll actually understand what Everwild is from Rare instead of just like another pretty trailer. No, you
I
don't
don't
think
think
we
Please.
I don't
they
think so
showed
either.
it to
I
us
don't
twice.
think they know
gotta
what
at
it is
least
yet.
Tell us what
I
it
would
is by
love
now.
for them to show it, but I don't think. Yeah, I'm with Greg.
Like
I think
a
they
couple
will. I think
a
they
couple
will.
months
This
ago,
is
they
the one- this is the time.
didn't know
This
what it
is
was
the
about
one,
yet.
yeah.
But like that's the game I'm excited for.
I know it looks
That
So
so
I
cool.
would
that
love
was
for them to
pretty,
show
dog.
it.
It's pretty. Those are the like, and then I think outside of that, I think everything else is going to be like third party partnership deals. I don't think we're getting a lot from.
We're gonna get more third party than we're gonna get exclusive.
We're gonna get a lot of shit we don't know about because they
Right.
have so
That's
many.
E3.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like a lot of times you can predict like, oh, we're gonna see a bigger look at this game or this game. I feel like I would hope, and I'm not sure it will be, but I always use the Sony conference from like 2016 or 15, where they're like, "Hey guys, here's the next fucking 4 or 5 years of PlayStation." Like they
Yeah,
showed,
and it's just a
everything.
screenshot. Yeah,
Like they showed like it wasn't even they showed trailers for like CGI trailers for stuff. Like
True.
they had Spider-Man, God of War, Final Fantasy, all the stuff in that single conference, and then they just started dropping them for the next 4 years.
What a
Yeah.
great year that was.
I wouldn't. It was amazing.
what a time to be alive.
I wouldn't be opposed if
All
this
the games I'm
conference
playing now.
was that for Microsoft, where it's like, hey, here's a bunch of shit, and this is like the next 4 years for Xbox. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know if it'll be that, but they have the studios to do it at this point. So,
I think before Greg goes, I think we're going to see out of all these new studios that they announced, we're going to get maybe 2 or 3 teasers or names at least to show these are the new IPs coming because they need that. Xbox needs to show us stuff outside of God of War. Jesus, I'm drunk. Halo, Gears, and Forza. So I think with these new studios, we will see something fresh, whether it be a title screen like how they did, like how Sony did Ragnarok. If you get it, just show me something. Just show me something new that I don't know anything about.
Persona to Game Pass. That's it.
Persona to Game Pass?
Yeah.
Is that what you
Royal
said?
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's been a Sony exclusive for a little bit, right? Persona?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a Sega
I mean,
game and shit.
historically, it has
Historically,
been.
right? Okay. I was just making sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna start, of course, with a kind of a Sony prediction, and within the Xbox One, got to be on brand. I think that
I got to buy you Sony clothing to do for these Microsoft things.
Bethesda will announce, or at least show and talk about both Deathloop and
forgot
Ghostwire
about
Tokyo during the Microsoft Bethesda show. So look like
That's
they're
smart. Yeah.
they're still their games, showing like, hey, these are still ours. Probably explain a little bit on the timing because I think they're going to be the ones who want you to know, okay, you can get it within a year, you can get it within 6 months, whatever that actually happened to be. Just to deflate some of the Sony hype around it.
Wait, Greg, can I ask you a question though? Is this Microsoft Bethesda thing? Is it more like Microsoft is doing Halo and then they're just doing Bethesda, or they're going to show everything that they've
I
got?
think it's
Yeah, they're tied
The
together.
Microsoft
they're
thing is
back-to-back
everything?
type
they
I
need to
think-
drop. This is the conference to drop Microsoft Xbox plus Bethesda. This is the conference to say we're one company moving forward.
Because I have one more
Yeah.
prediction, but I'm gonna let you and Greg go. Okay,
It's going to be like,
go,
we're
go.
one company, but like Todd Howard's going to come out and do the Bethesda stuff, and
Got you. Yeah,
Xbox employees will do Xbox stuff.
I got you.
Yeah, but we're still I don't know. Xbox, the messaging on this deal, it's like we're different, but we're the same. It's all kind of confusing. Okay, and then the next one is, I think we'll see a new Forza, and I think a lot of the rumors are that it's going to be Horizon.
Motorsport or
again.
Horizon? Oh, Horizon.
And
Ooh,
I
I'm in. I'm sold.
I think it's going to be Motorsport. I think they're
Oh,
going to want to
fuck.
get a Motorsport out.
I said Horizon.
Because I think the Motorsport is more of a technical marvel. It looks even better than
Absolutely.
Well, they
Horizon.
announced that Forza was in create the motorsport. They were starting brand new from scratch at the last conference last summer.
So I think we'll see more about that. But I think like
Forza
we could see
Horizon
something
Forbidden
because
West.
I could see them wanting to get out and like put that out around the same time as GT7, because like right now they have the dominance for racing, and like why give Sony any chance to take
Fair.
any of that?
That's
back?
fair.
So I could see for
Horizon
Forza
Zero
coming.
Dawn Forza
Yeah.
Motorsport.
And then I think we will get a few new IPs announced.
Yeah,
I'll let
I think
you
so too.
touch on what those would actually be because I can't think of any. And I think we see more Avowed.
I hope.
I think we see more Avowed. Oh, damn. I forgot when Ubi won a while back, but I was going to say this. I was thinking about this all day.
I thought you were going to take what I had. Go for
and
it.
I think it's just sorry. So this is Ubisoft now.
We're backtracking.
And you'll never
just slice
hear about
this in later, earlier. Just
I know.
Take
Cut
this
this
and
in.
put it
Cut this
earlier.
in. But yeah, I think we never hear about Beyond Good and Evil 2 ever again. I think that game is gone, dead, and we never hear about it.
Were we supposed to hear about another game of that in that genre, in that series?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I really did not know that.
2 years ago, they showed this whole trailer, and it was like this was like 3 years ago. And I think every year it's like, oh, well, we see more about that game. I think it's just we'll never hear about it. So
they're gonna let it slide under the rug.
I can never be right on that one, but all right, I'll let it pass it to me because I was
going to take it away. Let's get to the knit and grit here.
Okay, so the rumors were that Clobril, who's on Twitter, he's pretty in the know with what's going on with Xbox. So he said there's either 5 AAA IPs that will be announced or 5 new AAA IPs that are going to be coming out. So went through the list. So one we all know that hasn't been announced yet somehow, but we all know it's Forza Horizon 5 will be announced. So that could be one of the 5. It's all, everyone said it's in Mexico, but somehow they've never announced it for real, right? Everyone knows it's in development. The location has been rumored, but they've never announced it. So I think this is the time that they're going to announce.
Well, because they've been doing that mobile game, the Forza Horizon mobile game, and they've been able to kind of leave it undetected with the every time they tweet about Forza now, it's the mobile game. So people have forgotten about Motorsport and Horizon.
You'll get it on Sunday.
On Sunday.
Yeah. And then I follow Jez Gordon on Windows Central on Twitter too. And he's just been talking about, he just keeps tweeting about this blue swirl. So everyone's calling that Project Typhoon. So I think we're going to find out what that is since so no one knows what that is. But he's been hinting at that. So I'm sure we're going to find out what that's going to be all about. Jeff Grubb, this is for Gregg. Grubb mentioned earlier that Kojima and Xbox were in the lawyer portion of their deal. So and that was back in April. So if that portion is all tied up, we won't get maybe a title or anything, but the announcement that the game is in development
I know the game.
It could be. So that's another one. So that would be the Jez Gordon.
Death Stranding 2 coming to Xbox first.
There was the Death Stranding guy on Phil's desk.
Dude, it's crazy how much people read into the stuff that Phil had in his background.
Dude, before they
does it on purpose.
Stuff,
he does. He does
it on purpose. So that's So the Jez Gordon thing could be 1 new AAA IP. The Kojima one would be 2. There is the so Project Omen is another thing that is being discussed. It's a vampire fantasy IP that's coming from Arcane. Since Arcane has 2 studios, Arcane Austin would be the one doing this game. So Deathloop was from Arcane Lyon, and Austin, the last thing that Arcane Austin did was Prey in 2017. So they've had more than 3 years to do a new game. So
to do a new game, right?
Right. In Exile said that they're working on a new AAA game. And so they did Wasteland 3, which came out last year. So they can announce what they're going to be doing. It doesn't mean it's coming out for 3 years, but it looks like they're doing a AAA steampunk game. Don't know if they're using Unreal 5 or what they're going to be doing, but they could announce what their next plan is going to be. They just on Twitter said, hey, we're doing a new AAA game.
We've got something coming, right?
Yep. IO Interactive is said to be doing a fantasy RPG they're calling Project Dragon, and it's exclusive for Xbox. So not only is IO doing Hitman and Bond, but another team of theirs is working on a fantasy RPG for Xbox. And then the last thing would be Outer Worlds 2, because Take-Two actually published the first game. So now that Xbox has it under their wing, they got full rights to it and everything. They'll announce Outer Worlds 2 under their publishing.
So do you do Outer? Go on,
Greg. We might have the same thought
question.
here. Yeah. do you do an Outer Worlds 2 with this Bethesda deal and all these open world RPGs? Is this the time to announce an Outer Worlds 2?
With Star World, like
Yeah.
they have outer space.
There's
Star
just
World RPG.
I feel like
I think they're different styles, though.
Outer Worlds
know?
came out with no expectations. It did well.
Yeah.
And I think now it's like, well, we just got a big time RPG company. Do we want to announce an Outer Worlds 2 when we want to announce Starfield and all these other Bethesda RPG games? Not saying Bethesda's going to drop 2 to 3 more RPG games out of nowhere, but I don't know if Outer Worlds.
Yeah, Obsidian
too.
They have multiple teams.
You don't want Obsidian to show up Bethesda, which they definitely can do.
They can. Correct.
Give them Fallout back. You know,
they're not gonna do it. So my before we move on to the next part, I keep saying this. I've said this for like 4 Xbox videos we've done, but the deeper we get into Halo not even having a date, I'm still like, because I want personally this to be announced. I want a teaser for the next Gears. I'm kind of at the point where I'm more invested in a Gears story than I am Halo. So I'd rather see Gears come out or not come out, but tell me that you've got stuff working on Gears, which they are, because that story needs, with how it ended the last game, the story's continuing, obviously. I think they would just close it with a Gears trailer. No, I'm sorry, not trailer, but like Gear 6 or whatever. Yeah, well, right.
So like I was gonna say to the Outer Worlds 2 thing, I think they could do something like the game kind of like 2019, right?
It's not too old. Yeah, it's fairly recent.
So like with them doing Avowed and Grounded and like they have a lot of people and a lot of teams, I feel like you could announce it with something as simple as like a 2, like, hey, we're doing it. So for the new people, like new fan base, like be excited for this game.
But there's way more they should show outside of Outer Worlds 2.
Here's the thing, like I don't think you open with Halo and close with Gears, because your goal as Xbox should be like, hey, we're not the team who just has Halo and Gears. And if you open a show with Halo and close it with Gears, it's going to be like
they're in my opinion, they're going to close with Halo. They have to.
I think
it's going to be like
Halo.
You think they'll open it?
Yeah, because I think how they're doing is like it's one conference, but it's like here's mostly the Microsoft stuff, and then here's the Bethesda stuff.
Okay.
That's what I read.
I would have thought they closed with it to keep you excited.
Even if they mix it up, I think like Halo isn't the most exciting thing because we've seen it. Like,
you're correct.
Starfield, you want to get that out of the way.
You want it out of the way.
A reveal, like everyone knows Halo's coming. Let's show them, and then even if they're disappointed, they can forget over the next 80 minutes.
Exactly.
Like,
true.
There's
also
all this cool shit.
You're correct.
And they showed Halo.
Personally, I think they got to close with the gunk.
I fucking hate it here,
dude. That game actually looks pretty cool. I'm joking, but obviously, I think it looks pretty cool, and I want a date on it because it's going to be on Game Pass for free. It's a AA game, you know. I'll play it.
Announce Ori 3, you cowards.
But
Recore 2,
Titanfall. Wait, does EA have its own show?
Yeah, it's later on in the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna announce more Apex DLC.
I rescind.
Another rumor I heard is that the We Happy Few people, they're apparently working on a third-person action adventure game. So
wait, Xbox can have those?
Right? Because that's my thing. They've been having all these getting these companies and stuff, and they're all making Western RPGs. So it's like so many RPGs. Like I've been wanting them to get one of those types of games. So I hope that rumor is true, because
so it's kind of crazy. Cool, like RPGs were like the early mid 2000s, like crazed, then it kind of slowed up. And now it's like they're trying to, with this Bethesda deal or just in general, they're trying to make RPGs like a huge thing again. I don't know, like, and linear games are kind of going away that aren't remakes, in my opinion. Like everything is an open world game now.
Well, yeah, open world for sure.
Well, open world
like
for
RPGs,
sure.
But open worlds are definitely.
But like with a fraudulent RPG aspect, Cyberpunk.
Well, no, like I feel like when Outer Worlds came out, it was like a breath of fresh air. We hadn't had something like that since like a Fallout, and then
I didn't play that. I just watched.
I feel like a lot of those RPG games that we liked almost went away because of the Destiny of it all. Like, okay, now we're getting
Games as a
Fallout
service.
76.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the
they're
phase
moving.
of game, different types of games.
And
Yeah.
also PlayStation's dominance with just third person action games, right? Like Sony owned the spotlight for the whole generation.
Cool, for that whole gen, man.
Yeah.
And every game of theirs that is amazing. I mean, I'm not saying they don't have other good games, but like if you look at all of them, most of them are third person action
Fair.
adventure
Yeah.
games.
Fair.
And so when you're dominating everything, that's what's the spotlight. So
Yeah, you
yeah.
sell what's good for you.
And I mean, some of those are open world too. That's the problem. Like open world can be so many different types of game.
Yeah.
True.
Like
Spider-Man is, right?
Right.
Right.
Horizon open world.
Yeah.
Like it's a racing game all the way to action RPGs. To
Well, I really thought he was talking about Zero Dawn for a second. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
no the car game.
Okay, what's next, Greg? What do we got next on? Is Saturday? That's it. Microsoft Bethesda. That's the important part.
No. We got an even bigger one. We got Square Enix next.
Forspoken. Let's see that. I want to see it.
2:15 Central Time, and this is now. We'll get the bad stuff out of the way. We'll see some Marvel Avengers.
You think there's more of that?
Yeah,
'cause
they had
Black
a
Panther
whole-
I don't know
Black
anything about the
Panther
game.
part coming out?
I swear to God.
I never played it.
Me neither.
All right, well, go ahead, Greg, because I want to go next.
Okay. My prediction is we're gonna get Final Fantasy 16. We're gonna see. I think we're gonna get a date that they probably don't hit because that's Square Enix. We're gonna see Final Fantasy 15. I think because Square is super. They love teasing stuff that they have nothing to show for. There's probably a tease
True.
for Remake Part 2.
Yeah.
And then what I'm very excited for as the resident Final Fantasy 14 nerd,
This man has been on it for the last 2 weeks.
we're going to see some Endwalker content for the new expansion coming in November. Their expansions have gotten like crazy good reviews, like from Heavensward all the way to this most recent one in 19, Shadow Walkers. Like they just keep getting better. So I don't see any reason they would stop now. I've tried a lot of MMORPGs, and this is the first one where like the story is actually really good. Like, yeah, you're still just getting 5, skins and running from point A to point B a lot.
Yeah.
But like the story's awesome. It's really good.
What else? And this is kind of a stupid question, but obviously Final Fantasy is their most popular game with Square Enix. What else is, because this is going to lead up to what I'm going to say. What else is Square Enix like giving us, or have they given us in the last couple of years? That's exciting.
Raider
Tomb Raider's been very good, but I don't think we're going to get another one of that.
wasn't Control at their conference?
I'm just trying to see if any of you are going to name the game that I really liked. That they already confirmed there's not a second one, but I want to be bold here and be like, here it is.
Life is Strange.
Oh, they just did Outriders.
Yeah, they did do Outriders.
Oh, this
They
guy
might
wants a
get
new
talk
Kingdom
about
Hearts.
expansion for that.
Nope, not Kingdom Hearts. I don't know. The only person that I think would have played this is Greg. I want a Sleeping Dogs 2 from Square Enix. That game, and that came out in 2012 or something. The story to that game was like one of the best, most in-depth, like linear stories I had played in a very long time. And nobody expected it to be good and everybody loved it. I would love to see another Sleeping Dogs. This isn't going to happen. This would be just, Greg kept saying Square Enix. I'm like, I think Sleeping Dogs was with Square Enix. We're obviously going to get Final Fantasy like out the wazoo for announcements. Has 7 remake come to Xbox yet?
No.
So maybe you see that. I think that's what you said with part 2.
There was a rumor. There was a rumor that even though the timed exclusivity had lapsed, that they might be re-upping it or just not
to stay on PlayStation.
Just to stay on PlayStation, or PlayStation give them more money to keep it longer.
I think with the Yuffie DLC, the integrate thing, at the end of the trailer it said exclusive for 6 months. So I think adding the DLC extended the exclusivity.
Exclusivity, because I would love to see that remake, even if it's just part 1 on Xbox Series X and PC already. I'm dying to play that again. I again, every time we talk about it, we all agree like we loved it.
I can't wait to play it. I'm gonna start this week.
Honestly, I don't see Square Enix like just
Square Enix is in bed deep with Sony. Everything.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see us getting some crazy Square Enix like thing for Xbox. So that's why I was saying I want to Watch Dogs 2. That's it.
Yeah.
I think this
Sleeping Dogs. Sorry, Sleeping Dogs.
With Sony not being at the show, like having their own thing, I think they're going to pop their heads up where they can. And I think Square Enix is going to be a big Sony show.
Yeah. Facts. All facts.
That's why I feel like I agree with you with Final Fantasy 16 being there for sure. Because again, that was a exclusive, although it's on PC at the same time. I heard it's farther along as well than most people expect. So I could definitely see it getting a date, which would also add to their slate of games that they have going out and stuff like that with this year, with like Deathloop, kind of Horizon, all that stuff, like fill in all the gaps, So
and then there's the one rumor that they're also making a Souls-like game in the Final Fantasy universe. And the first
I don't know.
So
I don't know if we'll see anything, but it'd be cool if we saw that.
Yeah.
There's also like they're making an Origins game or something, Final Fantasy Origins type deal, like where they're going to remaster some of the old ones, like 6 could use a remaster. Some of those older ones that are awesome.
And they have a strategy game coming to Switch.
Oh, really?
Do you care about that? Yeah. Project Triangle Strategy.
Triangle Strategy.
Yeah. Maybe we probably will see some of that.
Yeah.
Well, let's save the Switch stuff because there is a designated Switch day.
Yeah, that's why I didn't mention that.
Let's save some Switch stuff here, guys. We're still on Xbox.
Yeah, well, no. Like I think there's some EA things that could pop up in Microsoft, but I figure I'll save them. Yeah, I think there's not going to be anything for Microsoft in this one, though. Unfortunately,
not there.
If anything, I think Final Fantasy 14 should go over to Xbox. It's weird to have an MMORPG that isn't as accessible as possible. But yeah, Square Enix is a weird relationship with Sony right now. All right.
So we're off Square Enix. Next show is the PC gaming show.
Oh, I got one for this. Okay.
Oh,
they're gonna announce New Game Plus for TurboTax for the
I fucking hate you so fucking much.
Fucking
losers. I can't wait to see Excel.
Fucking dickhead.
Wait, is it New Game Plus just for 2022 then? Is it just the next year?
Fuck all of you.
Dude, Santino said he runs Minesweeper at 240 frames. I'm super jealous.
My
40, bitch boy. I run that shit at 1,000 FPS. Eat my ass.
240.
I said 1,000. No, I think like this article, we're all on PC gaming. They're like PC gaming shows. I expect Sony PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch. And it's like just kidding. I think we're going to hear a Sony port onto PC in this show. I think that'll be the one. Like, there's going to be one bot. Like, there's PC games that like they just brush over. E3 is catered to console at this point. It has been for many years, but they still fit in the PC stuff. I think we're going to see a Sony port. I don't know what, maybe God of War, because that's been the rumor for a long time. That's the only Sony rumor that's been going around was God of War.
They're going to start porting more.
Did Uncharted 4
Uncharted is officially getting ported.
Yeah, okay.
There's no date, I don't believe, but it's officially getting ported.
Only 4, not
only 4.
Correct.
Trilogy.
You're correct.
After these are done, because Sony's not in the show, there will be a little bit of a rant coming on Sony. So
I think Sony is getting ready to start getting like their feet wet with PC, like porting to PC. They're not going to give exclusives right away into PC, but I think they're getting ready to port because they know that there's some people over here that want to play Days Gone, that want to play Horizon, and Horizon like had a bunch of people on Steam when it came out to PC.
Yeah.
And it made a bunch of money. So there's money to be made regardless with these ports for games that are 3, 4, or 5 years old. Yeah. So why not? You know what I mean? Like they could port Ratchet in 2-3 years. They won't, but there's a long list of stuff.
Days Gone sound like crazy at $60. That's like a whole new life.
Dude, it looks phenomenal on here. So they're gonna do it. I think they'll do it. But that's my prediction for that. There's not much there though. There's not going to be a good PC gaming show.
Next is Future Game Show, which I don't. That's Games Radar.
I don't really have anything there. Skip that. Yeah.
Then we got Warner Brothers games.
Xbox announces their exclusivity with Warner Brothers. Thank you.
No, you think so?
Dude, they need it. Give me them superhero games.
They do not need it. They do not need it.
Imagine if they got Batman exclusivity on Xbox.
Right. So Gotham Knights, Justice League, Back for Blood. Any interesting takes on these, or just like we're gonna see them?
I hope we get updated.
Is there going to be another fucking Injustice, or is there going to be a DLC for the 10th time?
If they do another Injustice, though, they're doing that DC fandom again or whatever. So
there's nothing, Greg. You can skip it.
I was
Or
going to say,
Rob,
I could
if you
see
got
them giving
anything.
us a better look at Gotham Knights since it got delayed. Like, give us something extra just to.
I think it'll be quick though.
Oh, I think we'll see. I mean, if they're having their own show, they only have so much to talk about. I think
How long
Harry
is it?
Potter. I think we don't see anything. on Harry
They
Potter.
announced today, Greg, that you're not going to see any Harry Potter.
Okay, well then,
Probably like an hour
prediction
before
one.
we got on here. Yeah, there's no
I
Harry
didn't see
Potter.
that, so I get my point anyway. All right.
Next is Capcom,
Capcom.
a fighting game, a Resident Evil remake,
Marvel.
DLC.
Marvel versus Capcom.
DLC. Yeah,
Oh, please. Marvel vs. Capcom. Oh, I love those.
Um,
Dreamcast was amazing for that.
Dead
Yeah.
Rising.
not much there. It's not
New
much
Mega
there
Man
anymore.
game.
Mega Man.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Well, I mean,
I
Resident
did see
Evil.
something on Mega Man. To be honest, though, like last week, that there was like a rumor of a brand new Mega Man game.
Well, that would be great. Mega Man's awesome. Oh, new Resident Evil, anything on Village, DLC, things like that.
Yeah, I can see a
Rob said DLC.
DLC.
I
Possibly,
can-
Oh, yeah.
they were open about saying there is a DLC coming, so
RE4 remaster. Do we get it?
probably not.
I think we
Teaser.
do.
I see we get-
There's a
we get-
prediction. I think
yeah.
we get RE4.
Because they just.
Good
Good
they've done all
prediction.
of them,
Yeah,
so
I don't
far.
know if I see it though.
I like that one.
I
I'm with it.
think that could be at one of the bigger shows, but I think we get it this week.
Fair. It's fair.
Um,
I guess I'm drinking this shit.
next is Take Two Interactive. Your GTAs, your Red Dead, Santino's 2K.
You know what you're gonna see? You're gonna see GTA 5 for the 30th year straight.
They're gonna show like the next gen.
The new
versions of it.
no,
Yeah,
they're
they're
gonna
gonna
show the new
show-
online heist
They're gonna
and
show
how
what
they can
makes
make
it
money off shark
different.
cards.
Who
They're gonna
wants
show
to
what
see the
makes it
next gen
different.
version of this game? It looks
We've
the
seen
same.
3 generations.
It's not going to be at
I know.
4K because they're going to be streaming it live. It's going to look like the same shit we've seen for
Yep.
fucking 10 years. Get out of
But
here.
it's got
with
ray
Talk your shit,
tracing
King.
now.
Talk your shit, Greg.
this is
You can get new cars for $3.5 million in
Do you
GTA
think-
Online.
Yeah.
The-
Do you think they'll open the show with that too, just like PlayStation did?
so
I was so
stupid.
mad, yo.
I was so mad. I thought we were getting GTA 6.
GTA Vice City. That's not original, but
you're-
the VI
I-
for 6 Vice City.
Dude, if they do a Vice City
Oh.
like for GTA 6, I'll be so happy. Anyways,
That's the rumor I've heard a lot, but like I
I've
think
heard
that's
that
like
rumor
fan
too.
hope instead of
Same.
actual credited. rumors.
2K needs a W, but they're not going to get it.
New
they
sweat
are
physics.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's
That's
sweat fist?
as our buddy Eric Henley says all the time. Shout out Eric. That game is free to play on PC already. 2K21 or whatever it is
I
on,
think it's on Game Pass too.
and it's on Game Pass. 2K is in shambles. They need competition at this point because they're just dropping the same shit every year, like any other sports game with no
I heard-
competition.
I heard they're adding in the functionality where, like, when you play as the Lakers, LeBron can just walk into the tunnel with 5 minutes left.
All right,
Just
that's
like if,
fun,
like
guys.
if you're
Fuck
losing
off, bro.
online,
Oh man.
like
You have
instead
an
of rage
option-
quitting,
Oh,
LeBron walks into the tunnel.
Oh, I thought they also give you the
Hate to
option of
see
street
it.
clothes, so you don't have to play.
Oh my god. He has a family.
If I drink this, will anything bad happen?
LeBron might be better right now.
But yeah, what else is a part of Take Two? That's it, right?
Isn't that
Um,
BioShock too?
Oh, BioShock has
Yeah,
a
Their
big
open
rumor.
world, yeah.
Yup.
I've been
love
hearing
that.
the rumors about that.
Do you think
so
they do that at E3 though?
Yeah,
if they have a
If
showcase,
that's
that's
gonna
the
do
place
it,
to
hell
do
yeah.
it.
dude, that would be huge.
So at this point, with everything we've just said about Take Two, with how big the BioShock fandom is, and people have been wanting either a remaster or another BioShock, do they just axe everything we just talked about and BioShock gets the announcement and gets the shine there? Because
Well,
you're not
yeah,
just going to give BioShock a 2-minute, a 30-second thing.
And that's a
No, I think
spotlight,
that'd
yeah.
be the main thing.
Yeah, that'd be the,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
like,
that's like the main.
You don't
part
think
of it.
they would
Everything
show
else gets
anything
less.
BioShock though, outside of the name?
No, I think
No, they'd show you the whole thing. Like they'd give you like the 5 to 10.
Okay, no, I was just
and
agreeing.
everybody-
Like I was
everything
just
else would
wondering.
get
And if they're
smaller
not
slots.
But what I'm saying is we're not going to show like some 2K or whatever else we just talked about. We're just going to show BioShock in this Take-Two thing.
no. You'd show
You need a whole time
BioShock
slot.
would be like your big closer.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
like,
Okay.
You show like how long do you need to show GTA 5 for? How long do you need to show?
Knowing
GTA
them, they'll
4
show it for 25
No.
minutes.
They show it all the
They'll
time.
show
They
it for
don't
like
show
6
forever.
years.
Oh, and they love showing it.
Show us what makes the new
Okay,
version
I think that
special.
covers Take
Yeah,
Two.
that covers Take-Two. What's Freedom Games? I don't know much about Freedom
Skip
Games.
Freedom Games.
Okay, sorry. Freedom Razer
No,
is
Freedom isn't
Razer
free.
is a PC company. They're going to show you their RGB
Microsoft
mask.
Excel, boo.
Oh, I thought they're gonna show me like a scooter.
What?
Oh,
Oh,
like,
no, they're
Game
going to show
shit.
you their
I like
keyboards that work with Xbox, their mice, because they're partnered. They've been partnered as of 2 years ago when Gears 5, not 2 years ago, when Gears 5 came out, Razer became a partner with Xbox, and that was the big mouse and keyboard is coming to Xbox. So you can move on from that. I don't think there's much
next
there.
big one, Nintendo Treehouse. Why is it a treehouse? Don't know. That's what they like.
Oh
to
no,
call
the
their
tree.
announcements.
Why do they call it
No, no.
Treehouse?
No. They do a direct. That's gonna be like 40 minutes, or whatever, and then they do like the hangout for like 3 hours afterwards, where they're like,
Oh,
they're doing
where
demos.
they do their
Their
think
demo-
pieces about what they just
their
saw.
hangout-
Yeah,
their
fuck
hangout
you,
is
Nintendo.
where they show like, hey, we're gonna do like an extended hands-on, so you can watch like one of us play, and then they'll
So
have,
you're going
like,
to see
the
10
director
minutes of
the game.
Skyward Sword, and you're going to see
yeah.
a title of Breath of the Wild 2. That's it.
They'll
That didn't
definitely
explain.
do
Oh, I
That
was
did
gonna
not
say, this
explain
is
why it's
the-
called a treehouse.
because it's like you have fun at the treehouse. Like it's like an exclusive thing. Like not everyone gets to go to a treehouse. You go to your friends.
You
treehouse,
can't defend
you
Nintendo
hang
like
out.
this for much longer, brother.
Come on, man.
He just explained Treehouse. It was like, what?
It just
yeah,
sounds so
come on.
fun.
It's just,
It doesn't.
it's
It
just
doesn't.
branding.
We've
It's
got
branding. Why are we
directs.
critiquing it?
We've got mini directs and the treehouse.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
anyway.
actually have to dig into this Nintendo thing. Give me some predictions, guys. And obviously, all we want to see is Breath of the Wild 2 at this point in our lives.
And Metro Prime 4.
Yeah.
Will we see a Switch Pro at E3? Will it
Well,
be on display, and will they show it?
I think they're gonna pull the whole PlayStation thing, where like according
whole
to
thing?
we know because do you remember during PlayStation thing they're like, oh no, we're not gonna show the system, we're only gonna show games for PlayStation 5.
Well, because it leaked.
and then they said, oh, here's a
Yeah.
PlayStation 5 at the end. Even though
It's
they said
because
they
it
weren't gonna do
leaked.
So same thing here. Nintendo tweeted out, said we're going to focus extensively on games coming out in the near future, within like the first year or whatever, like during the next, like the end of the year. And I think that like they're one more thing, they'll say like, here's a Switch Pro. But at the flip side, their Switch is still selling so crazy that I can see them also not doing it and saying like, we'll do it later because you're gonna buy
Okay,
it anyway.
directs. They make me mad.
Yeah.
Rob, give me
I don't-
I
something
see
here.
both ways.
Or Greg, whoever wants to go.
No, go ahead, Rob.
Yeah. So for the Nintendo Direct, I predict that there will be cool things there, but no one's gonna be happy unless they see a lot of Breath of the Wild. Because the last Direct had Monster Hunter and it had Knockout City, and I thought it was fine, but everyone. But no, I'm just
You
kidding.
cannot please gamers at this point. There's
And
nothing
Knockout
that you
City
can do
has
to
been
please
really
them.
fun.
Knockout
That was
City's
really
fire,
fun.
dog.
Dude, it's getting like extremely good ratings, and what is it? The fan base of the amount of players on it is like at an all-time high for like games on Steam and shit.
But yeah, we'll get a better.
We see any
Breath
more
of the
Pokemon?
Wild. Yeah, we got to, right?
I'm asking you. Nintendo loves to let me down. I don't know about you.
I-
Actually,
they're
no,
gonna-
we don't.
No.
We don't.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
They'll give it its own direct. They always
Yep,
do.
exactly.
Exactly.
It'll just be a lot of new shit that we can't predict. What hasn't come out in a while? We'll see.
Hello,
Uh,
Metroid.
Yeah, we should.
You're not seeing that
but
at
we
E3
probably
though.
won't.
Again, another its own direct.
Unless we
No,
see
we'll see
remat,
that.
like
'cause
a
they gotta
1, 2,
give us a
and 3.
time frame.
We'll see. The
Nintendo
last
doesn't
Super
do
Smash
that though, where
Bros.
they gotta give us anything. They love to not give us nothing.
We're not going to
Super
get a
Smash
solo
Bros.
direct
characters.
until we see it in some capacity. All we saw was a logo, so they got to
I'm
give us like, at
convinced
least
you're
a
getting
CGI
more of-
trailer. And
You're
then we
just
can
getting
get a
this
solo direct.
Skyward Sword or whatever Zelda it is what they're gonna show.
You
Maybe
have
a
no
Zelda
faith.
99
Not for the whole
cents.
thing.
I don't have
No
faith in
faith.
Nintendo. I don't.
At E3, we're gonna get more than just a Skyward Sword direct.
Yeah, they're gonna show
we're
you
gonna
how the
see a lot of
Joy-Cons
it.
work with it.
We're gonna see a lot of that, probably like a chunk, but not too much. I think we'll get Maybe a new Donkey Kong. It's been a minute for that.
Yep.
I think
Maybe
we'll get a new Mario.
a new
We're getting
sports
2D,
game.
2D Donkey Kong's coming out, so
So there's
Oh, actually,
that.
we won't get a
probably
new
it.
Mario because they just did that. What do you call
Mario
it?
Golf.
No, the other one before that even. There's been
Paper
2 Mario
Mario?
games.
Paper Mario. Just
No.
Yeah.
The one that just got remastered
Oh,
with
the
Bowser. Yeah,
That shit doesn't count.
with
Oh,
the
Bowser's
Mario
Fury?
game with Bowser.
Yeah.
No. The one
No,
that me and Amiibo,
Bowser's
I think
Fury.
everybody played.
I got you. With
Uh,
Bowser's
3D
Fury
World,
attached to
3D
it.
3D
World.
World, yeah. There's
With
been like
Bowser Fury.
there's literally like 3 Mario games that just came out, 2 at least. They're not gonna give us another Mario. Maybe a Luigi's Mansion. That'd be cool.
Zelda
It just
99.
came out, didn't
They
it?
just did that
Like a
too.
year or two
3D
ago?
I mean,
like
that was COVID, yeah, but
Yep.
I don't. I'm throwing layups here. Give me a Star Fox. I don't know.
I mean, Metroid
a new Mario Kart, fucking new Super Smash
Oh,
Brothers.
They should
Fucking
have
know.
been added a new Mario Kart.
You're
You
gonna
make
get a
it
Fire Emblem.
successor to
Oh my
Double
God.
Dash.
Yeah, Greg, I
Mario
agree. He'll
Kart
get another
Switch.
Fire Emblem.
Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, probably.
Triangle.
Bayonetta, yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
that's-
Triangle.
Yep.
You're gonna get some like Bravely Default too.
It's gonna be like games that like hardcore Nintendo enthusiasts like.
Better
I don't
look
think
at
it's.
Splatoon.
I don't think
you
we
get
will
Breath-
see.
You're gonna
Splatoon
get Breath
3.
of the Wild too.
I
Splatoon
hope we
3.
get Breath of the Wild. I hope we get Splatoon, but I feel like E3 they'll show more like I don't like how do you explain this? Like the OG Nintendo fans, like so all the older games. Yeah, like Amit, who's 40 years old. I'm kidding, Amit.
Close.
I'm close.
It
But
would be
I
cool if they.
but like
showed
Rob
that
said
out
earlier,
in
a
Mega
lot
Man
of
game.
these like they're newer games, they get they're a part of their own direct. Like they get teased with a direct that it's about a Zelda, but then you see Splatoon at the end.
I agree.
No,
with
no,
you,
I
but
mean, like-
think,
Go ahead.
sorry, but I think like they still show the big games at E3, and then they just show their own directs for games as they get closer.
This
to
is a
the
serious
release. I wouldn't,
question though.
like,
Is Nintendo
totally write off
notoriously known
E3.
for showing like their big games at E3 instead of
last-
showing it at their
last
direct?
year, they announced Breath of the Wild too. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say they do. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
I honestly don't remember.
There will
Seriously, I
be
don't remember
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate they showed
Yep.
it.
at E3.
Yeah,
I was
they
gonna
dropped
say,
big games at E3.
I think their E3s are known for having like 3 to 4 like banger
Big,
titles.
Yep.
One of them that we didn't know was coming at all. And
Okay,
then,
so
like,
Majora's Mask remake for
in
Switch.
the
Thank
middle
you.
they'll have
Oh,
like a
that'd be
bunch
great.
of like
I would love
small
that.
hits and
Yeah.
indies and other shit like that.
If-
So I feel like
yeah.
there'll be a section that'll probably be devoted to Zelda because we haven't really heard shit about how they're celebrating Zelda this year, aside from Skyward Sword. So maybe we'll see some of that. And then yeah, we'll get it'll probably close with Breath of the Wild too because they know everyone wants it. They know they can't show
Yeah.
us nothing.
It's
because of
it's
how
just
people
crazy
react to
how
that stuff.
Nintendo, if they were anything like Sony and Xbox, they can make a killing off remasters for Zelda and Mario games,
They
and that
do.
could be all.
They
That could be all
already
that.
do.
No,
They
but I'm
don't
saying
even
there's
remaster them.
there's so much
Yeah,
more.
you just say ultimate, and then they
Right.
They
And,
just made
if they just
shit.
did that, honestly, people would be happy.
I would bet you that they make way more money than Microsoft and Nintendo.
that's what I'm saying.
Remasters. Yeah.
They do remasters on like true remasters. Oh my god, dude, they'd make so much money. Okay,
They
continue,
don't
Brad.
have to
Alright.
because they get bought.
No, they don't have
anyways.
to. But I'm saying if they did, it'd be wild.
Anything else on Nintendo before we move on to Bandai Namco?
Who do you think they add to Smash?
yeah, I think
Goku.
they'll do.
Crash Bandicoot.
Goku.
That would be fire. I'm
That
down with
sounds-
Crash too, but
Yeah.
I feel like they're not. I mean, they could at this point. Anything's possible, but for whatever reason, I just feel like they're like not trying to give people what they want all the
I
time.
remember when that Goku thing was such a huge rumor, and everybody was like, "No, there's zero chance." It'd probably be Crash, yeah.
That'd be cool.
It
Though.
makes the most sense.
All right. Bandai Namco. There's only one game that I think anyone cares about. Elden Ring.
Pac-Man. Oh, sorry.
I think
I don't think we even care about that, Greg.
Oh wait, one thing before we go back.
Amit cares about Elden Ring.
No, yes, absolutely. No,
So he
but
doesn't?
there is a rumor with the Microsoft Nintendo partnership. So if that is
The Game Pass
something-
on Switch.
or I don't know what it is. I don't know if they do it at Microsoft. I don't know if they do it at Nintendo. If
I don't see
anything,
it
I would
happening.
want it if they are going to do it though, they have to do it at Nintendo because then
Yeah,
I think for Microsoft it makes more sense saying like, "Hey, we have our hand everywhere,"
right.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Nintendo
yeah.
can say
They
"We
let
got this on
Nintendo
our-"
show it, not Microsoft
Yeah.
show it. Correct.
Yeah, especially because they're
then-
already teaming with Bethesda on their conference. Like, why would you? add
There's
even
too much
more.
going on there already.
Yeah.
The
So
Switch can't run any of the games that are coming out on Game Pass.
cloud power. That's what the deal
See,
is.
that's why they have to release the Pro because the
Pro.
minute they put Game Pass on there, everyone's Switch is gonna blow up.
When you get the Switch Pro, you can finally run it at 30 FPS.
Super Nintendo Switch.
I hope it's that.
So
that's
Elden
a lit
Ring.
name. I like that. Elden
The
Ring.
Elden Ring. I think that that's like 3 years.
That's
out.
it. That's.
I think like that game is the guy can't finish a book. He can't finish writing the game.
Shit.
Come on.
Poor guy.
What? We're all defending George R. R. Martin's
I think
timeliness
it comes
now.
out next
Hey,
year.
no, I'm just saying, man.
I think it comes out next year.
Right.
I got
I
next
don't know.
year. With those trailers of gameplay and stuff that leaked, I think that it comes out next year.
Okay.
George R. R. Martin's got like 3 pages done.
What's this July 6th one, Greg? What is that? Nacon Connect?
Who cares?
What is that?
Who cares?
Okay, so we're going to EA Play. EA could
Nacon has
possibly.
Lord of the Rings Gollum. Oh, okay.
Didn't they just scrap the
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings game?
No, Gollum.
Not their Gollum game.
Okay, well, whatever. We don't
Wait,
care.
So EA plays not till July 22nd.
Oh.
Okay.
So
then
this
scratch
is
this.
where EA can either do really good things here or they can do really bad. And Rob, I'm going to let you take the realm here. What do you want to see from EA Play Live on July 22nd, which is so far from E3? You're holding a 3 up. Tell the people what you want.
And buy for Titanfall, dog. Let it happen.
love it.
What I would love to see more than anything, more than Titanfall. We talked earlier during the 2K section about a lack of competition.
They're not doing that.
EA Sports big, NBA Street,
Oh,
NBA.
I love that.
bring
NFL
back the streets, just the
all the street
football,
games,
soccer.
Yeah, just like because here's the thing,
I like
they were
it.
doing
I
NBA
like it a
Live
lot.
and they were fucking failing. Like, so go to
NBA
the
Live is so dead. It's not even funny.
go to the arcade strategy, NBA Street Volume 2.
They'll make so much money.
Like,
make so much money.
facts, though. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just,
What-
not,
but-
it's like a dream more than a
Let
prediction.
me play devil's advocate here, though, Robert. That 2K one that they made that was kind of like an NBA Street, but not really. Would they bother doing it after seeing what 2K did with their Street edition?
It wasn't NBA Street, and that's my answer.
Okay, that's all I wanted to hear.
Okay. So this is like not even part of
This isn't E3. This is
E3.
post E3. This is 2
So
weeks after
this
E3.
changes. This is what I was gonna say I think we're gonna get Jedi Fallen Order
Correct.
at the Microsoft press conference.
Oh.
I think we're gonna get, since they have that partnership with EA Play,
With
I think we're gonna see
yeah.
something from Jedi Fallen Order 2 at Microsoft. I
Okay.
wouldn't be surprised if we see Mass Effect. Only reason I am gonna say no to doing
Wait, Mass
that at
Effect? They just did the remakes.
Yeah, but they got Mass Effect 4 they announced last year.
Yeah, they said there's
But wasn't that announcement
sequel.
like fairly recent?
Last C3, right?
Yeah.
Or
Was it
they did
really
last
that
year.
long
I
ago?
think so, yeah.
Oh my God, Jesus. Okay, keep
So
going.
I don't think we'll see that because I think it's too early and they don't want to step on Starfield. So I think they let that sleep for a year. But I do think we see Jedi Fallen Order and maybe one other EA game. They'll save the sports. They'll save the other things. Titanfall would be if they do.
It would
3,
make
which they're not
sense. The
doing it,
first
but
one.
Microsoft.
Yeah,
first
but they
one
just did the
was-
Apex little collab
No,
thing, so you're not
they
going to
won't.
see it.
They
Throw
won't
it
do
together,
it. But I
you know?
think that's why I decided to go with Jedi Fallen Order. I think that's the one that makes the most sense.
I'm with you on a Star Wars game. I'm thinking Battlefront 3 though. I know there was rumor about it. There's been talk about it being in development, but
Isn't Dice been working on Battlefield?
yeah. Fallen Order makes more sense than Battlefront, but with the shine that Battlefront got the last like 6 months with how they redid everything and the DLC, there was a rumor that a third game was coming out. But I think Fallen Order 2.
Third one.
I don't either. I think that the Battlefront has come to an end. But
I have another 3.
what's your 3?
Knights of the Old Republic 3.
I would love to see a Knights of the Old Republic, but I think they'll do
Yes.
remasters before they do a new game to get you hyped for it.
It's possible. Yeah.
Because I have also seen rumors about
Hey,
remasters
do
on
you
Knights
also
of the Old
remember? Do
Republic.
you also
You have
remember
to
who did the
remake
second
those
one?
games.
Do you also
Right.
remember who did KOTOR 2?
Right.
Oblivion.
Obsidian.
Obsidian. Sorry.
Obsidian. Sorry, that's what I meant. Not
Oblivion
Elder
is the
Scrolls
game.
The game within a game.
Obsidian. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think EA has the rights, I think, still.
I would really like it if EA didn't have the rights to any Star Wars anymore, so that would be a better thing. But anyways,
well, does EA have the rights, or does Star Wars have the rights? And they
Is
that partnership but like
I think that as of recent, the partnership has been changed.
Right. So who
it's
knows?
Lucasfilm Games now, right?
Right. It's Lucasfilm's games. That's why.
We didn't even talk about
So
Indiana
someone
Jones.
can have. Yeah. So someone can.
Oh
have
yeah,
KOTOR.
Indiana Jones is coming.
Yep.
There's your. We talked about it. There you go.
Yeah, I
Robert.
don't think we get that at the show. All right. Are we good with predictions? Can we talk about Sony for a second?
Oh, go please.
This man couldn't go a whole video. Go,
Can we talk
Gregory.
about Sony for a second?
Talk to him.
These
Talk that shit, Greg.
motherfuckers. Herman Hulst comes out with this interview
Let them
telling
know.
us about
Reach.
they're not doing E3. They're just gonna
Tough.
do this sly little release of these. Oh, we're gonna say a bunch of stuff about our games, then have our studios post like little like I'm sorry tweets that you see. Like it's just like a look. Might as well have been Notes app thing saying like, yeah, we're working
Sony,
on
this is your
game.
guy.
We're working on this game, and then
Tough.
Herman's. The worst of it is that they said that God of War, GT7,
Oof.
and Horizon
Oof.
Zero Dawn
Delayed.
Forbidden
West, brother.
not delayed. They're PS5 and PS4 games.
Oof.
And then the guy has the audacity to sit there and be like, oh, well, like, of course we're not just going to leave these guys behind. Like, what would we do? Well, you fucking told us that is exactly what you were going to do. You had Mark Cerny do an hour tech talk on why games couldn't be designed for the PS5 and then done on the PS4. No, this is changing the way we design games. This is going to be revolutionary. This is generational. This is revolution and evolution.
We gotta defend the last gen, brother.
Bro.
It's so shiny.
And then they just turn their back on us like that, and we're gonna have them backwards compat. Like,
Greg ain't happy. Our resident Sony guy, Sony.
You're telling me that this has no effect on the way the games are made?
Not at all.
If that was true, why isn't Ratchet on PS4?
On PS4.
Because Ratchet can't run on PS4.
Talk that shit.
Talk that shit, Gregory.
Cannot run on PS4. And he acts like, oh, well, of course we do this. Of course we do this. Well, you've never done it before. You
Talk
left
that
PS2 behind.
Talk that shit.
You left
Talk that
PS3 behind. See ya, PS4. Goodbye. It's old news. And okay, COVID, we can't get them in people's hands. You've sold more PS5s in the same time frame than you've sold PS4s.
This man is dropping facts.
I'm sick
all
of
these languages.
BS. They lied. They lied to our face.
Frauds,
bro.
Herman Hulst out. Bring back my guy Sean
fraudulent.
Layden. Sean Layden. He had these sweet conferences.
Sean Layden would never.
They recreated sets. Sean Layden's my guy. Bring back Shuhei Yoshida. Get Herman's ass out of my face. Lying son of a bitch.
Talk that shit.
They're also just letting Kojima go to Xbox too. Like, what are they doing?
Shit.
Can't lock that down. Also, I would like to add, where is my damn 3D audio for home theater? Fuck this.
Downfall of Sony, ladies and gentlemen.
Headphone shit all the time.
Chop this part and just title it that.
The downfall of PlayStation, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, fine. Yo,
you guys got Greg fired up at 11 p.m.
It's not the downfall. It's just they're back to their cocky PS3 ways. Like what after PS2, where they were like, "Oh, we're gonna charge."
I'm pouring another drink for Greg.
You know, it's just they're full of themselves.
Bro,
right now.
I'm like
full of shit, Sony.
Like, here's the thing: I'm like entirely on board with like Greg stuff, but like I'm not even necessarily opposed to like the cross-gen stuff. It is what it is because like I can take my time to get a PS5, but it's the messaging that bothers me because literally I've been talking to people and you go through all like podcasts for the last year, comment sections. Oh well.
Here's Greg.
Xbox is cross-generational. Sony believes in generation, so that's not even a true next-gen step over there. It's like they're doing the same thing the whole time. Like, sure, like Xbox doesn't have the games yet, but like they're still doing the same thing. But like for the last year, we've heard, oh well, Sony believes in generations, so like none of those games are going to be on PS4, and it's like,
Well, and that's why
But
it
those-
is a
yeah.
problem. That's why it is like, yeah, it's nice that you don't have to get a PS5, but Sony should want you to have to get a PS5.
Oh yeah,
And they
for sure.
shouldn't have sold us a system saying it's a generational leap and you can only make games that can only run on here and it's
Yeah.
going to save
Hey,
file size.
to anybody
Well,
watching this
Yeah.
E3 video turned into a Sony slander
No,
account that
this-
Greg could have
'cause
did
this-
for an
Yeah,
hour, so I'm sorry.
This
Can the
is
title of this
E3
video-
related because this is Sony's E3
Title will be
announcement. It
Sony
leaked all
throws
this shit.
E3.
And they did. They lied. They lied.
Yeah, no, please,
They lied.
please title this video E3 ... but wait for Greg's ending.
Oh, I got you. I trust
No,
me. I got you.
We need the search
Sony
and
botches
SEO,
E3.
SEO so we can get over 100 views.
Yeah. The Gran Turismo 7 thing is the thing that like bugs me the hell. Like bugs
Well, the
me
Gran
the most
Turismo
of
thing
all
was
of it.
the start of everything.
Yeah.
Well, it literally on that said exclusive to
Exclusive for
PS5.
PlayStation 5.
That
And
was
now
the
they're
start
like,
of
oh, no.
everything.
PS4 too. Yeah.
That is such bullshit.
They're full of shit. They're full of shit.
So Sony, you have managed on a Monday night at 10:59 p.m. to make our favorite Sony resident pissed off at you. Send him free stuff, please. Thank you.
I'm still very excited for these games. The games are amazing. I'm excited for all these things, but I'm always going to sit there and play God of War 2 and think, could this have been better if they just focused it to be on my PS5? And I'll until they
Need a
start
whole
coming out with
Sony video.
exclusives,
Greg's got things to say.
I'll always wonder that. All right.
Anyways,
I think but for Sony just in general, I think at some point this summer we'll get Uncharted
Conference.
5.
we're
Not
getting
from
another
Doug-
Sony.
yeah, not from
Yeah,
Naughty
they're
Dog,
gonna
but
do
an
an
Uncharted
Uncharted
5 at some
own.
point.
Sony's
July
doing
or
their own
some
event.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna announce games sometime late summer.
I also
I'm confident there.
I hate their state of plays.
So Sony, you're fucking up real bad right now.
Oh,
Greg's
man.
got a
I
lot
think-
to say.
Like
I'm
that
okay
hurt-
with state
Air it out,
plays.
Greg.
That's
Go
been, like,
ahead,
the
Greg.
best
Air it out.
thing.
Air it out. Go ahead. We got time.
There's
Air it
too
out.
few and far between, and we just get to see and watch gameplay for 15 minutes, and then no. Actual,
And then you get to read a blog.
Yes. The way they communicate, man. Their
Yeah, their blog
communication
stuff
is so
dumb.
bad.
I knew I
know
was
what-
going to get you on the blog.
You know what a company like this would do? Would leak their exclusive console details to Wired, a 20-year-old magazine. It comes full circle.
Go get back here.
Greg is not
do we
going to
get
go to
back
bed. He's so mad right now. Greg is pissed. Oh, Greg, just walk away, Greg.
Good
It's
night.
fine. Good night. Love you, Greg.
Holy shit.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was a quick recap on our thoughts and predictions on E3.
Not quick.
Yeah, no, this is like a probably closer to 2-hour video. It has been real. My great childhood friend Gregory, my friend Amit, and my best man Robert. And we spiced it up a little bit at the end. By we, I mean Greg, with a little Sony slander. So if you're enjoying this video, please like, subscribe, and follow all of us on all our social medias. And if you have any thoughts, especially Sony wise, take that up with Greg. So good night and God bless. Peace.
Score predictions, leave them in the comments. You'll get a free beer on Venmo.
I don't know what this beer thing is coming from, but he'll pay for your golf round too. Bye.